Philip Edge. It is another MIT session. MIT stands for Master Your Influence in. Woo! It's all about training, y'all. It's all about training. You gotta master your influence, man. So I come live, I bring you these little training sessions absolutely free, man. I just want to bless you. And today, I'm jumping on here. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring my IG family in. Got to bring the IG family in because we got a good one today. IG, what is going on? You got Philip Edge, man, with Edge and Associates. Today, we have another MIT session, Master Your Influence Training. It's going to be good, y'all. It's going to be good. Listen, I highly recommend you go ahead, you get a pen, get a piece of paper so you can write down these tips that I'm getting ready to give you today. It's going to be good. Gonna be good. Do me a favor, go ahead and share this out. There might be somebody who needs this right now, so do me a favor and just go ahead and share it out. Share it out with somebody because, again, they might need this, man. They might need this. So go ahead and give it to them. You gotta give the people what they want. Gotta give the people what they want. Lastly, do me a favor, and if you are checking me out, go ahead in the comments box. Go ahead and put your name. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you're checking me out via the replay, go ahead and say that also. Hashtag replay squad. Let me say it again. Hashtag replay squad. Because again, you got Philip Edge, man. You know I'm dropping it, man. You know I'm dropping it today, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do what I do. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but today I really feel good, and I want to just drop, something for you, man. 6 reasons why people quit. Let me say it again. 6 reasons why people quit. Is this you? Or are you feeling like you need to quit? You want to quit? Is there something on the inside of you speaking to you and saying, maybe I need to give up? If this is you, look, you need to hang out with me just for a few minutes as we talk about 6 specific reasons why people quit. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started, man. I hope y'all are ready. I hope you're ready. If you're joining us on IG, man, check us out on Facebook. It's a whole different experience when you jump over to Facebook. But if not, stay here on IG. I love you just the same. So we'll go ahead and get started today, y'all. 6 reasons why people quit. 6 reasons why people quit. And let me just go ahead and say this. Just saying hello to everybody. Some of you know me, some of you do not know me. My name is Philip Edge. I do own a company called Edge and Associates where we help new and aspiring entrepreneurs master the art of influence so that they can communicate effectively, find right opportunities, and live the life they've always dreamt of. In short, what we do, y'all, we build awesome people. So if you are an awesome person, in the comments box, I just want you to write, I'm awesome. Just go ahead and write that inside of the comments box. I am awesome. You write it down there because I believe that you are awesome. So today we're talking specifically about 6 reasons why people quit. And I'm just going to jump into this thing. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to jump into this thing. If you got questions, feel free, put them in the chat box. I will monitor the chat box and make sure I can answer and address any questions that you all have today as we go through this MIT Master Your Influence training. So here's the reality. There are so many of us that we judge our success day to day. Literally, we judge our success day to day, and I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily a realistic thing to do. See, what we do, we go out and we set this huge goal, right? This huge goal, this hairy, audacious goal, a HAG goal, as we call them. So we go out, we set this goal, and typically, the goal that we're setting, it requires us to be like awesome. It requires us to be proficient. You have to learn specific tools. So I got to learn how to work, Facebook. I got to learn how to work, the tool that I'm doing to build my Canva presentation. I gotta learn all of these things. It takes skills to do those things. And you can't just have little skills. You gotta have big skills, right? So literally it takes a long time to master the skills. And if you're just getting started, many times it's frustrating because we can't master those skills. So if our goal is then tied to like a validation of achieving something specific, right? If it's tied to that and we can't master it, it gets frustrating. And then guess what? Then we quit. then we quit. So I want to talk to us and give us reasons, 6 specific reasons why people quit. Why am I doing that? Because honestly, all of us have quitting tendencies. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just being truthful. All of us have quitting tendencies. And if we don't work on it, if we don't push through it, we're prone to just say, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I'll go sit down. Maybe I'll move on to the next thing, right? But that's not what we need to do. We have to be able to push through some things. So today, as I move forward, I'm just going to give you 6 things that you need to be aware of. 6 things that you need to be aware of because people are giving up on their goals far too early. So here's the first thing. People, right? They care too much about what people think. Let me say it again. We care too much about what people think. So when we care too much about what people think, what happens is we, even in our mind, we begin sabotaging ourselves. Because what happens when we begin thinking what other people think? Well, that's a setup for rejection or the fear of rejection to show up in our lives. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever had that fear of rejection kind of start speaking to and start talking to, what it presents this self-sabotaging behavior. Because what we say is instead of going forward, instead of continuing to move forward, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a story in my mind so that in creating that story in my mind, I'm just going to quit. I'm going to stop, right? And that story will be able to say, it wasn't my fault, man. This happened or that happened or this happened or that happened, because it's a whole lot easier to talk about all the other stuff that prevented you from being successful than to be able to come out and say, you know what? I just messed up. You know what? I didn't get it done. So what we wind up doing, we wind up caring about what other people think, and that fear of judgment and that fear of failure starts to creep up. That's right, Latasha. It sure does. And I am going to speak today. I am going to speak the truth. So y'all better get ready. As they say, in the young folks, because I'm not necessarily a young folk. What up, Juan? I see you, my brother. Let me hit that wave for you. The young folks say, snatching the edge. That's what they call it nowadays, snatching edges. So we snatching edges today because I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If it resonates with you inside of the comment section, let me get some of them hearts. I see them hearts coming up. If it's resonating with you, give me some of those ones inside the comment section. But I want to know, is this resonating with you? The reality is the fear of judgment and failure. It will creep up, and if we're not careful, as we see things happening and unfolding right before our very eyes, we'll make up a story. We'll make up some, this is why it didn't happen. It wasn't me. This is why it didn't happen. So understand that we have to recognize this thing that's coming up and stop sabotaging your success. Woo! Let me give you one of those. Stop sabotaging yourself by the fear of failure and the fear of judgment. Stop sabotaging yourself. So that's the first thing. I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready. Second thing. The reason that people are giving up is because they mistake failure for lessons learned, right? They don't look at it. They don't see the fact that it's really a lesson. You didn't fail, you learned. Let me say it again. You didn't fail, you learned. So because we're mistaking the two and we're looking at it, and check this out, this is what we do. When we say things or something happens and we fail, then we begin taking that on our chest and we say, oh man, I am a failure. And the truth of the matter is you're not a failure. You just had a failure. And a failure is just a moment in time. That's just a moment. That's not who you are. So quit trying to own the mistake as if that's who you are. You're not a failure. Somebody just needs to hear that right now. You're not a failure, right? Failure does not define you. Think about how many people have made small mistakes. And those small mistakes, it doesn't matter if you made the small mistake. The question is, are you learning from that mistake? I shared this story a couple weeks ago on one of our MIT sessions. I was talking about this guy, this business owner. He had hired this gentleman. The guy came in, he was doing the work, he was doing a great job. Long story short, the guy made a mistake. And it wasn't a little mistake. This guy made like a $30,000 $30,000 mistake. After making that mistake, guess what happened? The owner of the company goes to the guy and he says, hey, listen, I need to see you in the morning. Now, I don't know about you all. If that happened to me, oh my gosh. I mean, my heart's going to start beating and racing. I'm going to start thinking about all those things that I messed up on. And in my mind, I'm instantly going to say, oh, y'all, I'm getting fired tomorrow. I'm gonna get fired. Tomorrow is my last. I'm gonna get fired tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. So the next day, the guy comes on in early, just like the boss had asked him to. He sits down and he's all sad face. He's all stern. And the boss is looking at him. He's like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm going to fire you. And the guy's like, I'm waiting for it. I knew that it was coming because of this mistake that I made. And the boss simply looked at him and he said, why in the world would I fire you when I've just invested $30,000 in you? Let me say it again. I just invested $30,000 in you. There is no reason for me to fire you right now. Look, the reality is I've just invested a hefty penny in your training. And that's what happened. So because I've just made this investment in you, I need to get that ROI. Y'all know what that stands for. I need the return on investment from what I have just devoted and just placed on the inside of you. So no, I'm not firing you. You made a mistake. You're not a mistake. Woo, you got to hear that. You made a mistake. You're not a mistake. So now we have to get to the place where we learn from the mistake that we made. How many of you are making mistakes and are giving up because we made a mistake? How many of us literally, you made one mistake and all of a sudden it's over, it's over, it's over. No, it's not over. You're just beginning. And see, every time you make a mistake, what it does, it not only trains you, it not only teaches you, but it puts you one step closer to succeeding. Guess what? Because now you know what not to do. Now you know what not to do. How many of you have ever played baseball before? I played when I was young, but I didn't necessarily like baseball too much because somebody hit me with the ball early on. Anyways, I played football, put pads on my body. But I'll never forget, even in baseball, when you swing the bat and you miss and you get a strike, what the people in the stands, they will say, they will clap like this. Boom. They clapping. And then they'll say this, they'll say, now you're ready. Now you're ready. See, you swung the ball. You got an opportunity to see the pitch. You got an opportunity to see what it's going to look like. Now you are ready. And it's the same thing with us right now. Just because you failed or just because you had a failure does not mean that you are a failure. And we got to learn from these lessons, y'all. These are lessons, and thank God we're getting these lessons so we don't make them again. So number two, you got to learn the lesson. You got to learn the lesson. I'm feeling good, y'all. I hope y'all are feeling good. I hope this is blessing you already. Number three, why are people quitting? Here it is. People would rather throw in the towel than to pivot. Woo! People would rather throw in the towel than to pivot. Listen, we are in 2021. This is the year of the pivot. Listen, and all pivoting means, you gotta hear me. For those of you who are basketball heads, what a pivot is and what a pivot does, it repositions you to put you in a better position to make the shot. Let me say it again. A pivot, it puts you in a better position to make a shot. So you were in one position and then you reposition yourself, the pivot, to position yourself to make a better shot, an easier shot. That's what the pivot is. So even though things are coming your way, instead of giving up, you got to reposition yourself to make a better shot. That's all it is. But people don't want to reposition themselves. People don't want to reinvent themselves. People don't want to recreate themselves. They don't want to do that. What they want to do is sit and wallow in what they used to be or what happened. Okay, you had an issue at the job. Now you're on a new job. You're not that. Okay, reposition yourself. Pivot yourself. Okay, so the business was doing great. You hit a rough spot. Pivot. What are you going to do? What can you bring up? How can you recreate yourself? Okay, so you were making this. Well, now can you make that? It doesn't matter. repositioning yourself to make a better shot. That's all the pivot is. Think about yourself. You're a new entrepreneur. You're an aspiring entrepreneur, right? You have a small business that you're building. What are the things that you're going to do to reposition that thing, to recreate it? Because here's the thing, you still got great ideas. How do you know that you're not being repositioned with purpose? Woo! Yeah. How do you know that you're not being repositioned with purpose? You got to understand what I'm saying now. Just because you went through something does not mean that it's over. You might just be being repositioned for something greater. My dad would say, I hear you, Juan. I ain't trying to step on your toes, brother. I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm just telling the truth. My mom and dad, they used to tell me this all the time. They would come and they would look at me and they said, listen, if something happened, you know what? Something better is on the horizon. I really didn't understand that when I was young. I didn't understand how that worked, but now as I'm getting a little older and a little wiser, I'm understanding the power of the pivot. Even when I look at my life, when I look at my job, when I look at what happened with me, guess what? I was being repositioned for purpose. If I was still doing the same thing that I was doing last year or 2 years ago, guess what? I would not be free to be able to do this. And I'm telling y'all right now, I am the freest I've ever been in my entire life. When I can jump on and do MIT sessions like this and truly give people stuff that I know is going to help them, when I can release stuff that I know is going to change and pivot their position wherever they are, that's called freedom. That's called, man, being able to utilize the gifts that have been placed on the inside of you. I feel good. And all of that stemmed from a situation that I looked at and I said, oh man, this isn't good. This isn't good. How after 20 years am I now in this place? I can't believe this. Why me? Why? I could have sulked. I could have been mad, but instead of doing all that, I stopped and I looked and I said, wow, God, you are positioning me for something greater. You are positioning me for something greater. And because you are positioning me for something greater, I need to take full advantage of that. And I'm telling you, right where you are, you take full advantage of the pivot that you're being positioned in. Remember, it's all about being able to make a better shot. That's what it is. It's all about you being able to make a better shot. So don't give up on the goals. Don't give up on the direction. Don't give up on where you're going. Just understand that you're being positioned to make a better shot. Let me give you number four. How long I've been on this thing? Woo! Man, time is rolling. Let me give you another one. Another reason that people are quitting. Jesus. They don't have the discipline to stick to it long enough to see it happen. Let me say it again. They don't have the discipline to stick to it long enough to see it happen. Look, I remember this picture that I saw, and I wish I should have pulled it up, but it was an image of this guy. He was digging for jewels, right? He was digging for jewels. And the guy literally, you see him digging, and you can see underground, and the jewels all he had to do was just take about 3 or 4 more scoops, and he would have got to the jewels. But you see the guy giving up, turning around, putting the shovel on his back, and walking away when he was just this close. He had the right idea, but he didn't stick to it enough. Then you see another little picture of another guy digging, and he gets to the goal. What's the difference in the two pictures? One gave up, one didn't give up. Had the same idea, one gave up, one didn't give up. Listen, I'm asking you right now, where are you at? Are you going to keep on plowing? Are you going to keep on digging? Are you going to keep on going until you see it come to pass? Or are you going to give up? You never know. You are literally right around the corner. I tell people this all the time. You're 2 people away from your idea coming to pass. You're one connection. You're one door knock away from your idea coming to pass. You're right there on the verge of it. If you don't quit, you can't lose. Literally, you are right there, but you can't quit. You can't give up on the idea because here's the thing. Right now, this wasn't even, I wasn't even going to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this. The one thing that you can do right now, I don't care what's going on. The one thing that you can do right now is prepare. Let me say it again. The one thing that you can do right now is prepare. Stay prepared. Let me say it again. Stay prepared. Every day, keep preparing. Keep preparing. Because you don't know. That door might open today. And if you are not prepared when that door opens, you're gonna miss the opportunity. So keep preparing. Keep practicing. Keep doing it as if you've been there. Practice as if you've been there. Listen, I told somebody this the other day. I said, this new job, this new environment that I'm in, this new business that I've started, I feel like I've been doing it forever. Check this out, because I have, because I've been preparing for this for a long time. It's been 18, 20 years that I've been preparing for this. I've seen this in my mind. I've seen what it looks like. I'm not just talking about today. I'm talking about even way down the road. I've seen this thing before. So I'm not used to it. I'm not overwhelmed by it. So as the door opened, I was ready to run through this door with a reckless abandon because I seen it. I saw what it looked like. I worked on it. I already knew, listen, when the door opens, I'm going to share this with the people. I'm going to help them this way. I'm going to put courses together this way. I'm going to be able to position them for success this way. I'm not going to do that because I've seen that not work, right? So I ain't going to do that over there. I'm going to help people like I see it, y'all. So I'm telling you right now, we have to get the discipline to stick to it. Let me say that in the comment section right now. Write stick to it. Write stick to it in the comments right now. Look, you got to stick to this thing. You got to work this thing out. You got to keep on going, because here's the reality. And I want y'all to hear me. If you don't do what you have been called to do, hear me, somebody else gonna do it. Somebody else gonna do it. If you don't do it, somebody else gonna do it. And you know what you're gonna be? You know what you're gonna be when somebody else do it? You're gonna be mad. Yep, you're gonna be mad. And the reason that you're gonna be mad is because you're gonna be looking and say, well, I had that same idea. Well, the difference in you and them is they kept on going and you quit. So don't quit. You got to keep on going. Even when you don't feel like anything is happening, keep on going anyways. There are going to be days when you don't feel inspired, but keep on going anyways. There are going to be days when you don't feel like doing it. Well, do it anyways. Do it in the days that you don't feel like doing it. Do it when it doesn't seem like it's prospering anything. See, sometimes you can't even see what's happening because you see yourself every single day. You got to understand, y'all hear me, you got to understand that the way other people see you is not the way that you see yourself. Hear me. When somebody looks at you, they see you in 3 dimensions. When you see yourself in 2 dimensions. You can't see your backside. You can't see behind you. Like right now, if you look at yourself, all you see is your hands. You see yourself in 2 dimensions. But it's when somebody else sees you, they see the whole picture. They see everything. So understand that people ain't even looking at you the way that you looking at you. So don't quit. Keep on working. Keep preparing, and don't you give up. Don't you stop. Don't you give up. Don't you stop. You got to have the discipline to keep on going, Let me give you number 5. I told you, I'm just sharing. Number 5, here it is. Oh my gosh. We stop, okay? We get distracted and we stop. And this is why. You ready? Here's the 5th thing. Here's the 5th reason why. Because we see what somebody else is doing. Oh my gosh. We see what somebody else is doing. And instead of running our race, we start trying to run their race. And so it's almost like you're running down your lane and then you start veering off to get in their lane and start trying to run their race. Listen, I need you to hear me. You weren't called to run their race. You weren't called to say what they say and do what they do. You're called to do what you do. That you're called to do what you do. So you have to stay in your lane. See, I'm from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, home of the Kentucky Derby. And one of the things about the racehorses is the racehorses are trained to stay in their lane. And to help them out, they put these things called blinders on their eyes. And when they put the blinders on their eyes, they can't see to the right and they can't see to the left. Let me say it again. They can't see to the right and they can't see to the left. The only thing that they can see is right in front of them. And they run their race. They're not worried about everybody else. Let me ask you, why do we get in a place where we're worried about everybody else? I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm not worried about what you have And what I don't have, it doesn't matter, because you know what? I'm gonna make what I got work. You gotta hear it. I'm gonna make what I got work. I'm gonna make what I got shake. I may not have the best, but doggone it, I got something. And I'm gonna make what I have work. See, entrepreneurs, we are notorious for wanting to build the company somebody else is building successfully. We always trying to build everybody else's stuff. Stop. Go build your stuff. Go do your thing. Look, there are 8 billion people in the world. There are 8 billion people in the world. Why can't you have a tribe of people who are there listening to what you have, right? Listening to what you are delivering. And then there's somebody's going to take what I have, and then they're going to have their own tribe, and they're going to go share what they learned, and they're going to share that same thing with somebody else. Somebody right now could literally take exactly what I'm sharing with you and go share it with their tribe, and I'm not even mad at them. I'm not mad, because they are there to build their business. They're there to do what they do. They're there to share in their sphere of influence. Go do it. Go take it here. You can have it. Go. It's yours. Take it. It does not bother me, and it shouldn't bother you, because I'm too focused doing what I got to do to be worried about what everybody else is doing. Can I say that one more time for the people in the back? I am too focused on what I am doing to be worried about what everybody else is doing, because what they're doing, it's no concern of mine. Now listen, that doesn't mean going and having conversations. That doesn't mean learning new tips and learning new tricks. That doesn't mean learning about new technology and those kinds of things. But when you learn about those things, the question that I always ask, and the question that I need you to ask, is this: how is what I'm learning going to be a revenue driving thing for me, right? How can I drive revenue in my business by learning this? If you cannot drive revenue in your business, then put that thing on the back burner somewhere. If it's not going to help your business grow to the next level, then put that thing on the back burner somewhere. You can come back to it at a later time. You don't have to focus on stuff that are not revenue generating things, okay? You got to have revenue generating things. Those are the things that I need to focus on. So when I sit with my tribe, when I sit with the folks that I mastermind with, when I sit with my coaches, when I sit with them, I'm trying to figure out what can I pull from them to help me to drive my business. Remember, I got my own goals. I have my own things. I know exactly what I'm trying to do, because I know what my purpose is. So how can I take that and align it to the things that I'm trying to do? If I can't do that, then you don't need to be focusing on it. That's called wasting time. And you don't need to waste no time. Y'all hear me? You hear me? I hope this is resonating with you. Stop being distracted by what somebody else is doing. That's real. That's real. Last one of the day. Last one I'm going to share with you. Here it is. A reason that people stop, they quit, they give up. Here it is. And I really want you to hear this one. They quit because they don't believe in themselves. Woo! They do not believe in themselves. Look, I'm just being honest with you all today. There are so many of us right now who are quitting because we don't believe in ourselves. I've heard it said the fastest route to abandoning your goals is the lack of self-belief. People are quitting because they don't even believe. I got a friend, Corey Taylor. He is patenting this phrase. He says, mindset is everything. And I agree with exactly what he's saying. Y'all don't believe me? Go check out my man, Corey Taylor, or Corey Taylor Sports Performance. This is his patent statement. Mindset is everything. And honestly speaking, if you don't have that ironclad positive frame of mind, you're going to fail. You're going to quit. You're going to give up. You got to have the right mindset. You have to believe. That's just the truth. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how many opportunities are handed to you. I don't care where it comes from. If you don't believe, you're going to squander it all away. That's what's going to happen. You're going to squander it all the way. However, on the other side, those people who got the mindset, they are locked in. They are super focused. Those people right there, they say, you know what? I'm going to take this idea and I'm going to work this thing till the wheels fall off. I'm going to keep on going. See, that's why you can take somebody with average skill, but a persistent mindset, and they will get to the finish line. You've heard the story about the tortoise and the hare. Have y'all heard this one? This is one of my favorite little stories, right? The tortoise and the hare, they were in a race. The tortoise and the hare were in a race. The tortoise, that's another word for turtle, they slow. The hare, another word for rabbit, they're fast. And they were in a race. Man, that doggone hare took out, and he was going everywhere. But the problem with the rabbit was he was not focused. So the rabbit was doing everything. The rabbit was talking to everybody. The rabbit was going all the different places that he should not have gone. But the tortoise wasn't worried about all that. The tortoise was just focused, man. The tortoise was focused on putting one foot in front of the other, while the rabbit, he was worried about everything else. The rabbit was going every which way. Now, the tortoise was just like, I'm just going to work it. I'm just going to put one step in front of the other. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm not worried about everybody else. Now, here's the crazy thing. At the end of that story, check me out now. The rabbit, the hare, who should have won, lost. The rabbit who should have won, lost. Why? Because he lost focus. See, if we can stay focused like the hare, put one foot in front of the other, and just keep on working, have the mindset that I'm just going to keep on working. It ain't about talent. It's about your stick-to-itiveness. Can you stick to it? And that's what I'm asking you today. Can you stick to it? So let me give them to you one more time. Today, as we were talking, I was giving you 6 specific things, 6 specific reasons why people quit. Let me say it again, 6 specific reasons why people quit. The first thing I said, that people quit because they care too much about what other people think, right? They care too much about what other people think, and that fear of judgment and that fear of failure, it sets in. The second reason that people quit is because they mistake failure for a lesson learned, right? So you have a lesson learned and you have a failure. They look at what just happened and they say it's a failure as opposed to a lesson learned. So we have to reformat and reframe our mindset to say, this is not a bad thing. Just because I had a failure does not mean that I am a failure. All right, that was number 2. Number 3, the number 3 reason that people are quitting is because people would rather throw in the towel than to pivot. They would rather give up than to pivot. Remember, all pivoting does, it repositions you to make an easier shot. Let me say that again. It repositions you to make an easier shot. So if you have to reposition yourself, be excited, be happy, because it's positioning you to make a better and easier shot. All right, that was number 3. Number four, people quit because they don't have the discipline to stick to it in order to see that thing come to pass. So we have to have discipline. We have to have discipline. I didn't say this, but let me go on and give this to you. This is extra. This is extra. This is extra. Here it is. Here it is. If you want to gain the discipline, you got to utilize the snowball effect. And utilizing the snowball effect, that means find something small and start there. Check this out. I call this find the LVs. What are LVs, Philip? Well, I'm glad you asked. LVs stand for little victories. Find you a little victory. Find you a little win. Check this out today. Find a little win today. And then find you a little win tomorrow. And then find you a little win the next day. And before you know it, all of those little wins will accumulate and add up to a bigger win. And then that bigger win will add up to an even bigger win. And you will be in that snowball effect because you're rocking and you're rolling and you didn't quit. The best way and the easiest way for you to start working out and to lose the weight, check this out. Just get on the doggone treadmill today. Do it one time. I say this is how I trick myself. I don't know if you know this or not, but I am in the healthy living category right now. So I'm trying to get my body right. And every day I wake up and I don't want to work out. I got this bike. It's a beautiful bike, y'all. You can ride it. It does all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. I don't want to get on it. But this is what I tell myself. I say, listen, okay, I'm just going to get on the bike and pedal for 1 minute. That's it. My goal every single day is to get on the bike and to pedal for 1 minute. Anybody can do 1 minute, but here's what happens. Every day I get on that bike for 1 minute, my mind says, well, I can at least do 10. I'm already on here. I may as well do 10. And then by the time I get to 10, I'm like, man, I may as well do 20 because, 20 is a pretty decent workout. And then by the time I get to 20, I'm like, man, I'm too close to 30 to quit. So I got to at least get to 30, doggone it. I know I can do that. But all of that started by just saying, I'm just getting on this doggone bike for 1 minute. I'm just going to turn one revolution on the doggone bike. And that led to 30 minutes. Y'all follow what I'm saying? So we have to have that discipline to stick with it so that we can see it come to pass. That's number 4. Let me give you number 5. Number five today was simple. We said people are quitting because they get distracted by what somebody else is doing. People are getting distracted by what somebody else is doing. Remember, I was telling you, put your blinders on. Stay focused, y'all. Don't get distracted by what everybody else is doing. Stay focused on what you're doing. Oh, that was good right there. That was delicious. I like that. Don't get distracted by what everybody else is doing. Just stay focused on what you are doing. And when you do that, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. That was number 5. Number 6, I said the reason that people quit because they don't believe in themselves enough. And we have to have that self-belief, y'all. We have to have the self-belief. And that right there, that will change the game in and of itself. So we have to do it. We have to do it. So that's what we got going on. So listen, if any of this resonated with you and you're finding yourself stuck right now, you're sitting there saying, you know what? I know that there's more for me. I know I can do it. Look, I highly encourage you to check out what I am calling our Edge Mastermind. We are getting together with a group of people who have found themselves stuck, but know that there's more out there. They know that there's greater out there, and they're trying to go higher. Look, if this is you, do me a favor right now. Text our community number. It's on the screen right there for you on Facebook, 706-397-4227. Let me say it for my IG family, 706-397-4227. Somebody put that in the comment section for me. Text me, 706-397-4227. If you are looking to go higher, if you're looking to get unstuck, let us help you out, y'all. This is what we do. When you text that number, you will get an automated response back. This will be the only time you'll get an automated response back. That auto response will basically say hello. Click on the link. When you click on the link, it's just going to ask you to say hello. Put the word stuck. Somebody put that inside the comment section. Put the word stuck inside of the comments box. It will send me a message, and then I will send you information about the mastermind. The mastermind is a great way for you to get unstuck. I'm telling you right now, it's a great way for you to get unstuck. You do not have to live this way. You do not have to continue to walk out your life stuck. You don't have to continue to walk out your life frustrated. You don't have to do that no more, y'all. And since you don't have to do that no more, I'm telling you right now, honestly speaking, let's get unstuck together. That's what we're doing here with Edge and Associates. I want to see you win. That's the end of it. I just want to see you win. So if you're ready to win, go ahead, text me, man. Text the word stuck. Again, 706-397-4227. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy, man. I'm telling you, we can walk this thing out together. We can see life shift and change for all of us. And I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited about watching your life change. I'm excited about watching our lives change together. So once again, if you don't know who I am, my name is Philip Edge with Edge and Associates, where we help entrepreneurs master the art of influence so that they can communicate effectively, find right opportunities, and live the life they have always dreamt of. If you're ready to live the life that you've always dreamt of, holla at your boy. Text me up, man. Let's get this thing going. And with that being said, it's another MIT session, man. Y'all know MIT, I just jump on this thing. I'm trying to give you the goods. The same thing that I give to my executive level clients, boom, I'm pouring it out to y'all, man. I'm giving you the goods. I'm giving you the game because I want to see you succeed. So with that being said, man, y'all be easy and we will talk soon. Y'all watch Facebook, watch IG. You never know when your boy's coming back and bringing another MIT session, man. Y'all be easy. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.